Well, hello again, everybody, and welcome back to the Red Shadow's favorite games. Of course, I am the Red Shadow, and we're getting down to the thick of things. Somehow or another, the last few videos that I have planned highlight some of the bigger series that I'm into, as I kind of mentioned in the Metal Gear Solid video. It wasn't really done intentionally that way. In fact, to be honest with you, I think the main reason why I saved some of these bigger collection ones is because I have to go and find all the games on the different shelves and pick out the strategy guides and everything. So it's really laziness, I guess you could say, on my part. That is why I saved some of these till the end. But anyway, without further ado, let's just jump on into this one. This time around, we're talking about one of my favorite horror game series. Even more so than Dino Crisis or Resident Evil. To me, this is the series, and especially the very first game, which is my favorite of the group, really set the tone for how you could do horror in a game. Especially for me, a guy who hadn't really had games that were scary. Of course, up to this point in time on the PlayStation 1, it was probably kind of hard to make a game that was legitimately scary until they got into 3D. But anyway, without further ado, we're talking about Silent Hill. The amazing Silent Hill series from Konami. This is my copy of it, and I'm not so sure if you can see it, but I just now realized I got a crack in the case right there, but that's the case. No big deal when it comes to cases. This is a nice, really nice condition, black label copy of the first game that I picked up a couple years ago. Let's bop through the rest of my collection before I start talking about the game. We got Silent Hill 2 on the PlayStation 2. This is the regular, original black label copy. But I also had to pick up the Greatest Hits copy because the Greatest Hits copy included some extra content on here that, if I'm not mistaken, may have been originally Microsoft exclusive, because I know that there's a Silent Hill 2 Shattered Memories or something like that on the Xbox, and then this came along in Greatest Hits form and added, I think, that content into the PS2 version of the game. We have Silent Hill 3 and Silent Hill 4, The Room, a game which, if I remember correctly, wasn't even really meant to be Silent Hill at first, and then it was adapted to be Silent Hill. It's the only one so far in this list that I haven't at least played a little bit of. Well, I played a demo of this once, but not the actual game. Then I have Silent Hill Origins. This is a PSP port. It was a PSP exclusive game that was imported over to the PS2. And then my collection kind of breaks down from there, because there were games for PS3, 360, even the Wii had at least one exclusive, but the only thing I have out of all that group is Silent Hill Homecoming for the Xbox 360, which I've never played and never even popped it into the console to see if it works. But I do know that, like I said, there's at least one Wii game that's exclusive, that's very different from the rest of the series. I want to get that. I want to get Downpour, I think was the newest one, and there may be another game in there that I'm not thinking of. And then let me show the only two strategy guides I could find. I think I'm missing something. I think I have another strategy guide in the house, but I have the totally unauthorized Silent Hill strategy guide from Brady Games for the original game. And then I have the Brady Games strategy guide for Silent Hill 4, The Room. Like I said, I think there's other strategy guides somewhere in the house, and I just couldn't find it. But we're going to go back to and pretty much focus on the original game. I remember reading about this and perhaps playing a demo for it on like a disc that came out of a PlayStation magazine or something along those lines. Perhaps there was even a Silent Hill demo disc on another Konami game. And I just remember checking it out and just being utterly blown away. Back in those days, it at least creeped me out. Okay, I'm not like some of the YouTubers who I watch play horror games and they scream and cry out and freak out. I'm not that way about horror games. I can get a level of heightened anxiety for sure, I can get that creepy feeling, I can get the goosebumps and all that, but I don't freak out. Like, I don't scream and yell. Not that I'm putting any of those people down, I'm just trying to say, when a game freaks me out, it does it on a psychological level, and it doesn't induce, like, panic or, outcry. Just I get a little freaked out. In fact, I probably will spend more time away from the game thinking about it than anything else. Laying in bed at night thinking that something's going to come out from underneath my bed. Even guys my age get that way over stuff. But Silent Hill was just, I don't know, it was just such a unique thing when it came out. So creepy, such a weird vibe. I know what I forgot to show in this video too, so that's a bummer. There were 2 Silent Hill movies that came out, years down the road. The very first one that came out was a really good movie, in my opinion, a very fair movie adaptation from a game series. Movie number 2 I have not watched yet. I own it, and I've heard both good and bad stuff about it, so we'll see what happens when I finally sit down to watch it. But this is a perfect game to adapt into a movie, as long as it's done right, because it's very cinematic, it's very dramatic, and it's very traumatic. So there you go. But yeah, Silent Hill, amazing game, love it. The other games I've played a little ways into number 2 and number 3, and that demo experience with number 4. That's as far as I got with the rest of the series. I can't explain why I haven't spent more time in them. A lot of people hold Silent Hill 2 up as the best of the group. One of these days I'll try to finish that game and go all the way through it. It looked great. The move to the PlayStation 2 for this series was really nice as far as visuals are concerned. So yeah, I guess that's about it. Silent Hill, one of my favorite games of all time. The series is an amazing series, and so that's about all I've got to say about that. Not to go too Forrest Gump on you or anything. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and look forward to the next, because right now, as it stands, I've got 3 more videos to wrap this series up. Thanks a lot for checking it out, and see you next time.